Hi, my name is Courtney Bell. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Noah Conklin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So this is our first meeting together.
Yes.
Yes. So I thought maybe we could open it up with a little icebreaker activity.
Okay.
It's called Two Truths and One Lie.
Okay.
So I'm going to name 3 different things. 2 are truths, 1's a lie. I need you to try and guess which one is the lie.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, I have been to Mexico, New Orleans, and Fairbanks, Alaska. Which one's the lie?
New Orleans.
You got it. Now it's going to be your turn.
Okay. Activities. I've eaten a 3-pound burrito from Las Vegas. I gotta start over. Okay. I've eaten octopus, and I don't like seafood.
Okay.
Does that work?
Sure.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess your lie is a 3-pound burrito.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, actually, I do like seafood too, so I don't know. That didn't work. Okay, there you go.
yeah, so one you're going to be lying about.
Okay.
But I don't know what you're lying about.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Do I have to redo that then, or no?
Oh, no, we'll do another round.
Okay. All right.
So how about I know how to surf, I know how to surfboard, and I know how to ride a unicycle. Which is the lie.
You know how to ride a unicycle?
Is that what you think I'm lying about?
Well, you can't lie twice, so if you know how to surf, you know how to surfboard, right?
Mm-hmm. So only one is a lie.
Yeah, so the unicycle.
I know how to ride a unicycle. My lie was surfing. I've never been surfing.
Okay. So you know how to surf, you know how to surfboard.
I don't know how to surfboard.
Okay, so 2 of those are a lie.
No, I know how to snowboard.
Oh, you said snowboard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Gosh, you put me on the spot with these. Because I'm not very creative this morning.
That's okay.
Okay. For foods I like. Let's go back to food. I like watermelon. I like bananas. And I like strawberries. You would only know this if you knew me though.
Is bananas a lie?
No.
Which is it?
It's watermelon. I don't like watermelon.
You don't like watermelon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fine.
Mm.
So it's just a fun little way.
So does it have to, like, you made it kind of obvious with yours. Do I need to do it that way, or?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be like, you
Okay.
don't know.
Gotcha.
Like, have you ever played, I've Never?
No.
You never played I've Never?
No. I've never, oh wait, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but no, I've never played it.
Oh.
No.
All right. So, I just want to know a little bit more about you. Like, what do you do for work and everything?
Okay, well, as you know, we're at a funeral home right now.
Okay.
So I'm an embalmer. I'm a crematory operator. I'm basically an undertaker.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of duties do you do within that?
With the embalming, I preserve people for viewing, to give them a dignified service, for their family and friends to come and see them. And that would, do you want like the specifics of that, or do you want just kind of like the rough? So there's other job titles I have too. I'm a funeral director, so I work on death certificates, and I arrange with the family after the loss what they want for their service, if they want a church service, if they don't want a service, if they want a graveside service, and I take down all the information for the decedent, and we just go from there. Sometimes it's just a direct cremation, that I handle cremations. Then people just come and pick up the cremated remains, and take them home, or we decide what we're going to do with them from there.
Okay. How do you even decide to get into this field?
Back when my back when I was younger, my dad was I was 16 when my dad had passed, and we went to his service because he was remarried after that, and they were very cold to me, and so I, when I got older, I took a career class, and I did like the personality type tests, and it was either this or a park ranger.
Okay.
And so I picked this because I was an introvert for a long time. And obviously, with this job, you have to wear several different suits. So it made me an extrovert because I, had to talk in front of hundreds of people. And,
Okay.
so, kind of come out of my shell a little bit.
Do you have to like direct the whole?
I've done officiating like a minister would.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that. And yeah, basically introduced who was going to be up next, or read a eulogy, or said the prayer for the family. I've officiated services, and I've done that. So.
Okay. So I hear that you told me that you took a career assessment test, and there's only 2 things on it. Were those 2 things you really wanted to do, or you're like, okay, I'll try it out?
Well, there were 2 things I were interested in doing. I would have worked with the wildlife had I not done this, because I love wildlife. I like to be in nature, and one of my heroes was Steve Irwin, so
Okay. I like him too.
Yeah. So it was either that or because I could be out and kind of, not so. I wasn't really a people person when I was in college before. So I kind of, like I said, I blossomed into that. But yeah, those were the 2 career options I considered.
Okay. So you found yourself doing like a lot of emotional growth and personal growth in this job.
Yeah. And with college too. I mean, I had to take speech courses, and you have to do like presentations, and they pretty much force you to be socially involved, because I was more of a introverted, agoraphobic type person before when I was younger. Yeah.
Oh, it seems like you've done like an enormous amount of growth since then. Like you're getting out, you're talking to people.
Yeah.
How have you made like more relationships like that?
I mean, you can't meet anybody if you don't talk to them. So and I meet a lot of people through this job and kind of networking like that. And, we do like a lot of community outreach things here where we're meeting new people all the time. So I mean, I meet a lot of people this way. Otherwise, I'm just sitting at home watching Netflix or something. So, yeah.
So, being around this type of environment, are there any stresses involved or anything?
Oh yeah, I mean, you have there's families that are grieving all the time, and you don't have to, but I mean, I'm naturally empathetic to that. You don't want to be too empathetic to where you're. I was told by an instructor, it's okay to, be sad, but you don't want it to be to the point to where, the family's comforting you.
Yeah.
Because this is your job, you know what I mean, at the same time. And yeah, it can be very draining. People hang on your screen door a lot as far as for emotional and, financial and all that type of advice. So there's a lot of talking involved. Like I said, I wasn't, much of a social butterfly. Most of the talking I do is pretty straightforward before that, like talking about the death certificate or what they need to do, or but then you get really personal with people too. They start telling you about, their childhood, their life, their what they're, sometimes they're in a bind after the person passes away, and we try to set them up with like, aftercare, self-help type groups sometimes. It just depends, Sometimes I've dealt with, a mother whose son has just committed suicide. So, that's a lot different than if you're talking about, grandma's 98 and she just passed away, and, sure, you have 12 grandchildren that love her, but, she lived a long life, and it's more of a celebration of life instead of a tragedy.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sure, like, in this industry, too, you probably had to deal with some people that you've known before, too, right? Coming in and out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How was that been? Has there been a...
Oh, that's obviously a lot different. I've buried my mom out here. I had to, take care of her, but also I didn't want anybody else to do it. I actually just put her headstone out there yesterday because it took me a while to design it.
Yeah.
And I had her file sitting on my desk for over a year because I just didn't want to. I kind of avoided it for a while, you know what I mean? But I finally got it done. The headstone was paid for like almost a year and a half ago, but I just, and I wanted my brother and my sister to be involved in that too. And it was kind of like, it's a lot different. I've had friends too that one of my friends committed suicide and I cremated him.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know the person, you're directly connected to the pain. Whereas people come in here and you're empathetic with them, but obviously you're not connected to the family.
Yeah.
And so you try not to take it home with you, but sometimes you do.
Okay.
Sometimes you take home that stress, and then it's nice that that's why a lot of funeral directors are alcoholics.
Okay.
Is because
they bring home that pain.
Yeah, a lot of times you do. Every day is like the worst day of somebody's life,
Yeah.
Not always. I mean, sometimes people are, but
right.
Yeah.
So self-care. Do you know what self-care is?
I'll explain it to me.
It's something that you really take the time to kind of do something for you and everything. It's get away from the stresses, do something that makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that you do for self-care?
Like I said, funeral directors are alcoholics. No. I do like to, play darts.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a dart board at home, and sometimes I go down to Grumpy's and play darts. I don't play in a lot of the tournaments though. I go out to on dates a lot, and I like to bowl sometimes and play pool, and just go on drives, maybe go to a concert or something like that. Not, I don't know, it differs. I'm kind of I'm a spontaneous person. I don't like to, there's not just like one specific thing that I do.
Well, it's good that you have like a lot of outlets and everything that can help decompress you and everything.
Otherwise, I'm just sitting at home, watching TV or something like that. It just gets boring after a while, but yeah.
So I do have this little worksheet since we're just talking about self-care and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go over some activities that you do for yourself.
Okay.
So it's pretty much like a rating scale.
Sure.
1 is, hey, I do this poorly. 2, I do this okay. 3, I do this well. Or it can be like, hey, I do this often. So 3 is like, hey, I really do this, and 1 is like, I rarely do it at all.
Okay.
But
so it's 2 different things for the same.
Yeah, so you just rate yourself on where you're at on each activity. You put like an X in the rating.
Okay.
And the star is like, hey, I want to do this more. Then after we'll go over your answers.
Want to do this more, but it's not a 1.
Oh, so you put it under the star that you want to do that more.
Yeah. More clothes to help me feel good about myself. All I have is work clothes, basically. Maybe I want to do this more. Eat regularly, yes. I don't have an issue there. Participate in fun activities. I'm okay with that. Get enough sleep. That's probably a 2. Go to preventative medical appointments. I need to do that more too. Rest when sick. There's no rest with death. Overall physical self-care, probably about a 2, because I smoke and I drink.
Oh, there's another one.
Funky life.
There's more.
Take time off work, school and other obligations. No, not really. Participate in hobbies. Away from distractions. No. Learn new things related to work or school. Express my feelings in a healthy way. Have a drink. Recognize my own strengths and achievements. Yes, I'm a narcissist, so no problem there. Go on vacations or day trips. Oh, I wish. Do something comforting. Favorite movie, take a long bath. Yes, I'm very selfish. Find reasons to laugh. Yeah, I like to do that. Not really. For all psychological and emotional self-care. Probably about it too. Social self-care. Spend time with people who I like. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that. Call it right to friends and family who are far away. Have stimulating conversations, always.
Yes, you need that.
Meet new people, I'm good about that. Spend time alone with my romantic partner. Yeah, I'm starting to get there. Ask others for help when needed. No. Do enjoy activities with other people? Yes. An intimate time? Yes. Keep in touch with old friends? Nah. Overall social healthcare? I'm pretty good on that one.
Okay. And your last one.
Spiritual self-care. Spend time in nature. I wish. Meditate. No, but I should. Pray. Sometimes. Recognize things that give meaning to my life. Act in accordance with morals and values. Yes, absolutely. Set aside time for thought and reflection. Yeah, I do that a lot. The doobie. Oh, yeah, participate in cause that is important to me. Yes, of course. To appreciate art and back old hands. Yeah. Spiritual self-care. Professional self-care. Improve my professional skills. Yes. Say no to excessive new responsibilities. Resting in the morning. Learn new things related to my profession. Yes. Make time to talk to colleagues. Take breaks during work. I'm an expert at that. Maintain balance between professional and personal life. Oh, that one's tough. Comfortable workspace that allows me to be successful. Okay, for fair pay, benefits, yes. Overall professional self-care. Whatever.
Okay. So kind of going over these, it seems like you have a lot of different outlets that you actually do practice self-help care and everything. So that's good. Are there anything out of these that stands out to you that you wish you could do more? Or that you didn't even think about would be self-care?
Yeah, I should exercise more. That's one, because I was doing that often until I went through a tough breakup, which I think I told you about that. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that was 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then social self-care. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that one. I don't have a problem socializing anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care what people think. They don't like it. They can F off, Physical one for sure.
Yeah.
I could learn to take more vacation, really.
Okay. Do you have a lot of vacation time you can use, or?
I accrue 10 hours a month, but
Oh.
yeah, I'm at 63 hours right now, so I have a couple weeks left. I've taken 2 weeks this year.
Okay.
Went to Southern California and did a couple different things, but
Okay.
yeah, my habits as far as my taking off the edge, I could drink a little less and exercise a little more.
Okay.
So
You think you use alcohol as an outlet for you?
yeah, a lot of the time, to take off the edge. Yeah. So I have my 2 vodka tonics at Grumpy's, and then I go home.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So.
Well, I just wanted to thank you for taking the time
Yeah.
and talking with me today.
Of course.
Thank you for opening up, and it sounds like you're doing great over here.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much.
Did you get your 20 minutes? Wait for it.